Hello, my dear children. How are you all? Let's start today's class. Today, let's see the conversation of two friends. What's their conversation? Yeah, their conversation starts with subject. And subject is saying, hello, I'm subject. And what was the reply of the other one? Hello, I'm verb. And subject told, okay, so let's be friends. And what was the reply of the verb? Yeah, we can be friends, but an agreement should be there for our friendship. And subject is totally surprised and subject asked, agreement? Yes, an agreement between subject and verb. You mean subject-verb agreement? Exactly. So my dear students, today we'll be dealing with subject-verb agreement. Today's aim: identify subject predicate in a sentence and use verbs in agreement with the subject. I repeat, identify subject predicate in a sentence and use verbs in agreement with the subject. And the keywords are subject, predicate, verb. Subject, predicate, verb. Now let's continue with the conversation of our two friends, subject and verb. So subject was asking verb. Can you tell me one rule for subject-verb agreement? Yeah, a verb must agree with its subject in number and person. A singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. So my dear students, the first rule for subject-verb agreement is that a verb must agree with its subject in number and person. A singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. So, if the subject is singular, the verb should be singular. And if the subject is plural, the verb should be plural. Let's see one example. The dog barks and the dogs bark. In the first sentence, what is the subject? Yes, it's dog. Is dog a singular subject or plural subject? Yeah, it's a singular subject. Now we'll move to the second sentence. The dogs bark. What is the subject there? It's dogs. Is dogs a singular or plural subject? Yeah, it's a plural subject. Now the verb in the second sentence. What is a verb in the second sentence? It's bark. Is bark a plural verb or a singular verb? It's a plural verb. And what about the verb in the first sentence? It's barks and it is a singular verb. So students, keep in mind that just like nouns, we are not adding s with the verb to make it plural. Understood? We will see few more examples. Our teacher writes on the board. The cows ran to the field. What is the subject in the first sentence? Our teacher writes on the board. Yes, teacher is a subject. And what about the verb? It's writes. Is teacher a singular subject or a plural subject? Yes, teacher is a singular subject. So we know that if the subject is singular, the verb should also be singular. So we will see the verb writes. It is a singular verb. And what about the second sentence? The cows run to the field. What is the subject there? It's cows. And what about the verb run? Is cows a singular subject or a plural subject? It's a plural subject. What about ran? If the subject is plural, the verb should also be plural. So what about ran? Is it singular or plural? It's plural. So students, as I told before, verbs do not form the plural by adding s as nouns do. Okay, so when we are adding s with the verb, make sure that it is singular. And the base form of the verb is plural. When we are adding s or es to the base form, it becomes singular. Okay, so we'll see one more example. Rahul and Sachin are playing cricket. Here in this sentence, we have two subjects, Rahul and Sachin. So what about the verb? Yeah, the verb is plural. Why? Because if two or more singular subjects are joined by and, Rahul and Sachin. So if it is joined by and, the verb will be plural. Okay. A subject is the naming part of a sentence and it will be always a noun or a pronoun. We can see here you. I bring chocolates. You bring chocolates. We bring chocolates. They bring chocolates. Amit brings chocolates. He, she, it. He brings chocolates. She brings chocolates and it brings chocolates. He brings chocolates. He a singular subject, so he should take singular verb brings. Similarly, she is also a singular subject, so she should take singular verb, that is brings. And it is also a singular subject, so it should take a singular verb brings. Okay, and what about Amit? Amit is a noun. Amit is also singular subject. So a singular subject should take a singular verb. Amit brings chocolates. Understood? And what about we and they? We bring chocolates because we us a what is we? It's a plural subject. And they also a plural subject. So a plural subject should take a plural verb and the plural verb is bring. I told you the base form of the verb is plural and we are adding s or es to make it singular. Okay, so the plural form of the verb is bring. And now what about I and you? You bring chocolates. Why? Because here you will always take a plural verb. Understood? You will always take a plural verb. That's why you bring chocolates. Understood? Children, here you can see two sentences. I bring chocolates. He sings a song. And so I'm dividing these two sentences into two parts. In the first sentence, the first part is I and the second part is bring chocolates. What is I there? I is the subject or it is the naming part. And what about the second part? Yeah, the second part tells us more about the subject. I bring chocolates. Okay, so it is telling us more about the subject. So it is the telling part or a predicate. What do we call? It's a predicate. The telling part of the sentence is called a predicate and a predicate always contains a verb. So in the predicate part or in the telling part, always there will be a verb. Understood? What about the second sentence? He sings a song. I'm dividing this sentence also into two parts. The first part is he and the second part is sings a song. So he is the subject and sings a song, that is telling us more about the subject, and it is having a verb in that. What is that verb? Sings. So a sentence that is having a verb is called as a predicate. So the telling part of the sentence is called a predicate. What do we call? It's a predicate. Predicate. It's a predicate, and a predicate always contains a verb. In the predicate part or in the telling part, there will be a verb. Is it clear? One more thing is there to remember regarding the subject-verb agreement, and that is if the sentence begins with each, everyone, anybody, everybody, anyone, someone, no one, and nobody, the verb will be singular. Okay. For example, nobody knows me here. Knows. It's a singular verb. Everybody wants to be happy. Wants. That is also a singular verb. Each of the girls has long hair. Is it clear? Now you may please turn page number 28 of your English workbook. S3 Subject Verb Agreement. First question, match the subject with their predicates. So you have to match the subject with their predicates. First one, the little girl. What will be the predicate? Yes, the little girl goes to school. Second one, they. They is a plural subject. So a plural subject should always take a plural verb. So they bring food. Bring us a plural verb. So they bring food. Similarly, see all the kites. Kites. Kites is also a plural subject. So what we'll do? We should take a plural verb. What will be the answer? All the kites fly in the sky. And now D and G, you fill up yourself. Now second question, fill in the blanks with the right option. Can you dash me to clean my car? What will be the answer? Yes. Can you help me to clean my car? Good. B and C you do by yourself. And now we'll move to the third question. Make sentences with each word. The words are each, nobody, everyone. So you have to make sentences using these words, and students, keep in mind when we are beginning a sentence with each, nobody or everyone, it should always take a singular verb. Okay. So children, that's all for today. Thank you.